Hello, everyone. Welcome back, and welcome if you're arriving for the first time. I'm going to be reading for hopefully a couple of hours through part 2 of The Way of the Fertile Soul, 10 Ancient Chinese Secrets to Tap into a Woman's Potential, a Woman's Creative Potential. And it's by Randine Lewis. I'm digging it. So let's do some reading here. So part 2, the 10 ancient Chinese secrets to relieve stress, renew energy, and fulfill your most cherished destiny. So hopefully we'll get through 5 or 6 of these before we end the stream today. All right. Secret 1. Balance your energies, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Harmony. Our cup is the full moon. Our wine is the sun. I don't know how to say that. Ibn al-Farid, IBN AL-FARID. Farid? All right. Women are not machines. We are attuned to the rhythms of nature and act in accordance with its laws. As the philosopher Cheng Tzu wrote in the 2nd century BC, heaven, earth, and I are one, and all things and I form an inseparable unity. We are linked to nature through an invisible web joining cause and effect, substance with substance, and energy with energy. As we abide by the laws of the universe, we tap into and unleash incredible powers of healing and creativity. Oh my gosh, is my sound working? I don't think, is my sound on? I didn't see the, I think it is working. Okay. Let's double check. Audio. Yep. Okay. Panic. Okay, here we go. Balancing energy is at the root of all traditional Chinese medicine and wellness practices. As you read in the previous chapter, you are actually energy, the same energy that burns in the sun and flows in the ocean. Initially, I couldn't fathom the concept myself. In fact, when I first studied traditional Chinese medicine, I argued with one of my professors about the interchangeable nature of energy and matter. According to my Western medical training, a cell was a cell. Lab values were lab values, and the human body was an ever deteriorating disease process just waiting to exhibit a symptom so medicine could intervene. When I challenged my Chinese teacher, she humbly told me, perhaps you should just listen, or you could look up Einstein's theory of relativity in the library. So I forced my ears to listen and my mind to open to the myriad possibilities it had been closed off to during my Western upbringing and my Western medical training. In order to practice Chinese medicine effectively, I had to continue to open my mind beyond the confines of what I had been taught. Originally, learning about the body's limitations made me view the body and life itself as somehow deficient. Now, I started to examine what my patients' life responses were showing me. As I treated women as the miracles they are, their incredible responses shifted what I was looking for. When I looked for disease, I found it. When I focused on wellness, healthy patterns revealed themselves. I love that. I'll repeat it because it's very important. When I focused on wellness, healthy patterns revealed themselves. Yeah. Okay. As those who came to me for help improved, this wisdom caused a new thought pattern to emerge within my own life. I learned to pay attention to what life is and has always been trying to reach me, that what I focus on is what I create in my life. I love that. All right. The universal energy force. By opening my ears and my mind, I learned that human cells and tissues conduct and transfer energy through molecules throughout our bodies, giving us life. The Chinese call this universal energy force qi, which is described this way in the classic Chinese medical text in Neijing. The root of the way of life, the birth and change of qi, the myriad things of heaven and earth all obey this law. Thus, qi in the periphery envelops heaven and earth. Qi in the interior activates them. The source wherefrom the sun, moon, and stars derive their light, the thunder, rain, wind, and cloud their being, the four seasons, and the myriad things their birth, growth, gathering, and storing, all this is brought about by qi. Man's possession of life is completely dependent upon this qi. This is also called prana and orgone. There's lots of names for this. Life force energy. Okay. Let's open our eyes to the mysterious wonder of energy. The root of the way of life, the birth and change is qi. In the human body, qi manifests in several different ways. First, it is a kind of bioelectrical force that is carried throughout the body by an extensive network of channels called meridians. These channels, which are formed from the remnants of embryonic folds, are invisible to the naked eye, yet have been mapped over thousands of years through observation and experimentation by Oriental physicians, and can be felt when you attune yourself to the subtleties found in the background of life. Applying pressure or attention at different points along the meridians produces measurable, demonstrable effects on different body parts, organs, and systems. Second, qi is converted in the body into fluids and the vital substances yin, yang, and blood that make the body run. Each fluid and substance works within the different organ systems to carry energy throughout the body and to help convert what we take in: air, water, and food. I mean, we also take in sounds and sights. So let's not forget that. Into the nourishment of our body's need. Then these fluids and substances transport the nourishment to our organs, cells, and systems, and later remove them from our bodies. Third, qi is a part of our different organs and systems. This means that specific acupuncture points can be used to treat specific organs. For instance, heart qi moves through a channel that runs into the chest, down the inside of the arm, and to the little fingertip. Directing intention, acupressure, needles, magnets, or even your own breath to these positions will affect the flow of qi through the meridian and, in turn, affect the functioning of the heart and spirit, which it controls. While energy cannot be seen or heard, its effects determine our health or disease. If energy is blocked, it cannot flow. And if it cannot flow, function is compromised and disease results on the physical, emotional, and spiritual plane. When I first began my work with fertility, my initial goal was to help women resolve their obstructed qi to help them conceive a child. After working with thousands of women over the years, however, I realized that not only had previously infertile women become fertile, but their physical and emotional blockages had been resolved as well. Their lives were changing and getting better. They were moving their homes, pursuing new careers, having new ideas, even releasing spouses who weren't supporting their highest good. They were clearly expressing their creative energy in many ways and no longer settling for anything less than they deserved. Helena developed ovarian cysts when she and her husband, Thad, were trying to conceive their third child. Her body was giving her a sign, and she learned to listen to it. She discovered unhealthy patterns in her marriage, and she subconsciously thought that if they had a son, her husband would be more supportive to Helena and attentive to their 4-year-old daughter, Megan. When Helena and Thad began working to resolve unhealthy patterns in the family, Helena learned that Thad didn't want another child, and he felt financially pressed to support Helena and Megan. They decided a son would not fix anything, and as they developed better communication and support skills, the family of 3 thrived, and Helena's ovarian cysts went away. The following year, Helena and Thad adopted a younger cousin's unwanted son. Hey, welcome, Code, welcome. Yeah, I'm just going to continue the reading. You're welcome to listen. I'm glad you're here. When energy is allowed to flow smoothly, it is possible to create good health as well as well-being. Even emotions like anger can be blocked or free-flowing. When appropriately expressed, anger actually improves the response to negative events, like certain cancers. Anger released in an appropriate setting is healthy and necessary. Free-flowing energy strengthens muscles, detoxifies the liver, and clears the skin. If energy is obstructed, however, the growth process can give rise to tumors or cancers. All illness arises from going against our creative nature. When blood flow is obstructed, for example, a condition called blood status results, making the body prone to varicosities, fibroid tumors, and potentially deadly blood clots. When emotions such as anger are blocked, a person's face gets red. The blood can feel like it's boiling, and blood vessels in the eyes become red and congested. Over time, habitually holding in anger may cause migraine headaches, high blood pressure, and strokes. When status is revolved, or stasis is revolved, like homeostasis, however, it results in an emotional condition the Greeks called ecstasy. We need to unblock stagnating energy wherever we find it to restore the body's natural balance and live at a more healthful and stress-free level. All right, restoring balance to chi. In chapter 1, I talked about the body's horizontal and vertical energy grids and represented the 5 energetic tendencies in the shape of a cross, represented below by a 4-petaled flower. To refresh your memory, the base of the cross, the source or essence level, represented by water, is our physical, deepest, most dense level. The arms of the cross, represented by wood, earth, and metal, The arms of the cross, represented by wood, earth, and metal, the soul or chi level, represent how we carry out the beliefs of our mind and emotions as we interact with the world. The top of the cross, the spirit level, represented by fire, signifies the highest state of being. Peace and joy come by balancing the physical self with the soul and the spirit. The cross can also show how each of the 5 energy tendencies has a corresponding physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual component. So I'll show you this picture again. So we got the spirit, the soul or chi, and then the source or essence. Here we go. So yeah, we've got that water at the bottom, gathering, sinking. Then we've got the wood, earth, and the metal in the soul or chi level. The wood is rising, dispersing and overcoming. Earth is centering and stabilizing. Metal is contracting and solidifying. And then at the top with spirit, we have fire, which is expanding and increasing. It's pretty fascinating, right? Hey, welcome, boy. Welcome, Heidi. You guys, welcome. That stuff's also really interesting when it comes to thoughts of astrology and tarot, for me anyhow. Everything's interconnected, right? Okay, the gathering, sinking energies. So that's the source or essence. These energies represent our basic survival instincts. In order to maximize and balance these source energies, ask yourself these questions. 1, how often do I allow myself time to be alone? Be certain to allow some time alone every day. 2, how often do I meditate or allow my mind to relax with a hobby or pleasurable project? 3, how do I feel about myself, irrespective of my job, friends, partnerships, or status in life? Evaluate how you feel weekly. And 4, do I love myself first? Okay, so rising, dispersing energies, this is that soul chi level, those middle 3, the wood, earth, and metal. These energies represent our ability to overcome resistance to things that keep us stuck in bad patterns. To maximize and balance these soul energies, ask yourself these questions. 1, which areas of my life am I tolerating simply because it takes too much effort to change them? 2, which areas of my life keep me stuck? And 3, which areas can I change? And then centering and stabilizing energies, that's the top spirit level, the fire, expanding, increasing energies. These energies govern what we allow into our lives. To maximize and balance them, ask 1, which innate qualities define me? 2, who or what supports or doesn't support these qualities? And 3, is there any action I need to take? All right. Solidifying, compacting energies. These energies bind us to people, places, things, and situations and give us a sense of order and control. To maximize and balance them, ask 1. Which partnerships define me? Ideally, very few. That's in parentheses. 2. Which people, places, things, or situations do I need to release? And 3. What masks of self-identity am I ready to relinquish? So the expanding, increasing energies, these energies, usually hidden by obstructions in other tendencies, are innate expressions of the inherent hope, love, and joy of life. To maximize and balance these spirit energies, ask yourself, 1. Which activities allow me to completely lose myself or lose track of time? 2. How do I express the unadulterated joy of being? And 3. Who can I love without needing anything in return? All right, balancing energy in the body. Now we're going to look at the grid in yet another way to learn how energy obstructions can negatively affect organ systems. These exercises will help you evaluate whether energy systems are functioning smoothly and optimally. For example, if your libido is strong, but you exercise son of a gun. If your libido is strong, but you experience hot flashes, you likely are deficient in kidney yin, or you may have excess heat from another source. However, for now, we are only evaluating imbalances, not interpreting what they mean. There are no right or wrong answers. The questions are meant to raise your level of awareness about each of the energetic systems. In your answers indicate imbalance. If your answers indicate imbalance, the following chapters will give you the keys for opening up obstructed energies. Organ function is governed by the 5 energy elements. The source level, represented by water, and the kidney systems govern our sexual energies, our hormonal output, and our water elimination. To discover blocked kidney energies, ask yourself these questions. 1. How well do I eliminate fluid? 2. Do I have difficulty holding my urine? Do I urinate too frequently, more than 7 times per day? Or does the need to urinate wake me from sleep? 3. Is my libido strong enough for me? 4. Am I experiencing hot flashes and night sweats? 5. Do I experience pain or weaknesses in my structural foundation, my low back or knees? The soul level is represented by wood, earth, and metal. Wood governs the liver system, which oversees our ability to overcome internal stress. To discover blocked liver energies, ask yourself, 1. How well does my body process new changes? 2. Do I tend to hold onto physical ailments a long time? 3. Does it seem that some areas inside my body just aren't functioning smoothly? 4. How can I move more pleasurably? 5. Are my tendons and joints stiff? 6. Do I feel like my body needs to decongest and detoxify? The earth aspect of the soul level is also represented by the spleen, which governs digestion, absorption, and blood production. To uncover blocked spleen energies, ask yourself, how is my digestion? 2. How many times do I chew before I swallow? 3. Do I feel adequately nourished? 4. Do I take nutritional supplements? 5. How well do my muscles move? 6. Do I practice movement every day? Okay, awesome. All right, the metal aspect of the soul level is also represented by the lungs, which govern how well we're protected from and separated from the outside environment. They govern elimination and release of old cells and worn out relationships and patterns as well. Ooh, interesting. To uncover blocked lung energies, ask yourself, how deeply do I breathe? Does my belly expand when I inhale, or does the breath remain up in my chest? 2. What or whom do I have difficulty letting go of? 3. Do I exfoliate, sauna, or brush my skin? 5. Do I have a bowel movement every day? Oh, that was 4. 5. Do I take in enough fiber? The spirit level is represented by the heart, which signifies the highest self that wants to share and express itself in the world. To discover block heart energies, ask 1. Do I feel anxious and impatient? 2, does my heart beat rapidly or erratically during these times of stress? 3, can I allow myself time to simply relax and be? And then balancing the emotions. Now look again at the grid to understand how energy obstructions can negatively affect emotions. So I'll hold this up here so we can all look at it. So spirit, the fire, if it's imbalanced, we experience no joy or excess joy. In the soul level, we will experience for wood, frustration and anger. In earth, thought process and worry. And metal will experience sorrow and grief. And if we're imbalanced in the source level, the water level, we'll experience fear, fright, and self-preservation. To see which energy level, source, soul, or spirit, is being blocked and causing you the most difficulty, consider these questions. Source, kidney energies. 1, am I afraid that I alone am not enough? 2, am I worthy of having been created? For the soul, liver energies, your questions to ask are, am I easily frustrated? And 2, am I prone to anger, resentment, or rage? For the soul level, spleen energies, the questions are, do I feel as though my mind can't stop churning? And 2, do I worry a lot? Right? That one sounds like me a bit. Well, kind of. All right. Soul energies, soul lung energies. 1, do I feel lingering sorrow about things in my past? 2, are there past losses that I can't seem to overcome? And 3, is it hard to release and move on? Well, dang, Spirit heart energies. 1, whom or what do I love fully? 2, do I experience joy in my life? 3, can I look at a flower, smell fresh air, and feel the immensity of creation? Or is it hard for me to forget myself? And 4, do I sometimes feel the need for excessive excitement? Interesting, right? I think that a couple of these hit for me, right? All right. Balancing spiritual energies. Now look at the grid to understand how energy obstructions can negatively affect the spiritual self. So, source kidney energy questions to ask. Do I feel as though I have a destiny or a higher purpose? 2, how do I honor it? And 3, how do I acknowledge my innate self, the reason I was born? Your soul liver energy questions. How active is my imagination? 2, do I dream and follow my intuition? 3, do I have goals and aspirations? 4, do I feel as though I am more than just my physical body? See, I'm rocking the liver energies. Okay. All right. So soul spleen energies. 1, can I envision using my power of intention to create my life exactly the way I want it to be rather than letting my thoughts control my life? 2, can I allow myself to focus and concentrate on what is right in front of me? 3, can I look at a sunset without being distracted by thinking about everything else or anything else? 4, do I eat mindfully, paying attention to what I bring into my body? 5, do I live mindfully, paying attention to what I bring into my sphere of being? So here's the diagram on that one. So we've got the heart, the spirit of all existence, liver, the ethereal soul, earth, the spleen, the soul of intention, metal, the lung, the embodied soul, and then water, kidney, innate purpose. Ooh, this stuff's so cool. All right. Spleen energies. If you're paying attention to what I bring into it. Yeah, okay, we did all that. Okay, soul lung energies. How connected do I feel to the rest of the world? 2, can I share my core self with others without binding myself to them? 3, how many unhealthy relationships can I let go of? 4, how do I surrender control to the outcome of things? 5, have I ever experienced the state of raw abandon? Spirit heart energies. 1, can I change or can I dance with joy by myself? 2, can I love someone without requiring that person to love me in return? And 3, Can I appreciate the inherent joy of living life fully? At this point, you have begun to recognize how energy is flowing in your life. Some energies may be balanced and you may be content in these areas. Other areas may have revealed obstructed energy patterns. In certain areas, you may have discovered significant blockages that seem difficult or impossible to rectify. Paradoxically, that is where the healing begins. Self-awareness initiates the process of transformation. The energy has a directional component because it's contracted in your physical body. So it manifests in the organs, emotions, and energies of the soul, as shown by the cross of flower petals that groups them all together on the next page. In the following chapters, I'm going to expand on what I've talked about here with information on lifestyle changes and meditation exercises that will help you unblock and enhance the imbalanced tendencies you've recognized so that they flow robustly and unobstructed throughout your body, mind, and spirit. So this next diagram here, the one that she was just talking about, we've got fire, energy outward, heart, love, spirit. The wood, energy upward, liver, frustration, anger, ethereal soul. Earth, we've got energy stabilizes toward the center, spleen, thought, worry, and tension. Metal, energy inward, lung, grief, corporeal soul. And water, energy downward, kidney, innate purpose for being. This is the miracle of life, that each person who heeds himself knows that what no scientist can ever know, who he is. Soren Kierkegaard? How do I say that? Kierkegaard. I don't know. I want to read it again, though. This is the miracle of life, that each person who heeds himself knows what no scientist can ever know, who he is. Okay, so secret 2, let yourself be who you are. Contentment. Instead of trying to be a mountain, be the valley of the universe, so all things will come to you. Lao Tzu. I love that, right? Why are we trying to make things hard on ourselves? Okay. Okay. Just checking out my hair. Okay. A great deal of emotional and physical imbalance comes from resisting your natural self. Many women spend their lives striving to become like the women society holds up as ideal. The media inundates us with pictures of wafer-thin models and with tiny hips, thinner or tinier waists, and large breast implants, and gives us the message that we are not enough as we are, that no one is perfect. I'll also just interject that this exact same thing happens for men too, and like masculine energies. Okay. This modern vision has evolved from the creative pleasure of the fashion industry and those who follow it. In its continuous search for the new look, the dominant aesthetic has strayed further and further from women's natural beauty. Women are soft and curvy, valleys ready to receive, strong in their connection to life. Struggling toward an unreachable ideal results in stress and pain. Contentment beings we'll get there. Contentment begins when you accept your deepest innermost self, when you allow your natural self to be. As you find happiness in the present, you allow even more happiness to come through. Chinese philosophy holds that water, the universal source element, gives you the innate potential to create. Art, ideas, houses, technology advances, happiness, books, tools, babies, and live contentedly. Water is the mother of the universe, the very wellspring of existence. Just look at water's myriad manifestations. A droplet of mist, a bubbling brook, a fresh, clean rain, a rushing river, a waterfall, a deep ocean, a glacier, morning dew. It is water's nature to receive and unite, to separate and to bond in an unbreakable force. Water, like no other element, changes its shape and always goes deeper, eroding even the hardest of surfaces. In the body, the kidneys govern water. The Neijing, the classic Chinese medical text, I really hope I'm saying that right, tells us the kidneys are responsible for the creation of powers. Ooh, skill and ability stem from them. The kidneys represent the potency of the life force and the foundation of the body's yin and yang. No wonder our society's obsessed with alcohol, dude. Whoa. Okay, all right. All right. Cultivating inner peace. According to Chinese legend, the original vessel created the universe. From the swirling cosmic bliss of primal chaos, the original vessel experienced the urge to become. This caused a shattering, a division of everything light from everything dark. From that shattering, heaven and earth were created and divided. The light rose and the dark sank, resulting in tension between the two opposites. Interesting. All right. The original vessel sacrificed herself to become all that is. The old dissolved into the new, producing polarities or opposite forces that in turn produced friction. Wholeness shattered and transformed into distant and separate parts. That is the initial story of creation. Yet after being separated into distinct manifestations of possibility, the parts must be reintegrated to enable the creative process to continue and to prevent complete chaos. As creation evolves into a higher state of being, higher order is constantly reestablished. It's the age of Aquarius. All right. However, as we move toward that higher level, some chaos remains. The Taoist process of alchemy asks us to courageously shine our light of awareness on our inner chaos and accept its presence so it can be transformed into wisdom. With patience, it's possible to focus on your true inner voice and transcend perceived limitations and painful memories because you view them authentically and without fear. Our source or kidney energies help us to move to that higher level of being. It is the seed of potential. The kidneys are represented as a tight spiral of potential that merges with the soul and the spirit. Like a morning glory that emerges each dawn from a tight spiral to a five-pointed blossom, so does our true spirit expand and become joyful, carried on the current of our bubbling source energies. That's beautiful. All right, the 3 levels of water energies. The water energies express themselves in 3 different levels. It's possible to determine if your water energies are imbalanced, and its simple exercise I provide can help to bring them back into alignment. All right, so we have another diagram here. Let's see here. Sorry, I don't I don't know what I'm doing. I can't see it, so okay, here we go. Okay, we got it. All right, spirit blocked. Worry. Okay, wait, so we've got overdoing it, worry, lack of boundaries, and then trying to find ourselves in partnerships. Okay, so we've got the not enough at the bottom, stuck at, oh, maybe I did that backwards. It starts at not enough, and then it goes to stuck in horizontal expression, which then leads to overdoing it, worry, lack of boundaries, trying to find ourselves in partnership, which then leads to a blocked spirit, which all makes a whole lot of logical sense. Okay. Hey, welcome, Michael. Hey, welcome, Desert Rose and Paul. Dude, and Michael, that's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so the lowest level, believing you are not enough. The lowest level of the source energies is the part you hide from others. This level contains the sludge at the bottom of your being, the leftover chaos that tells you, I am not enough. I am inadequate and need to prove myself. But this foul sludge is the fuel for transformation. By finding and facing it, you can draw strength from it and begin to live your purpose, right? All dealt a hand. I lived most of my life at this level, at this first level of source energies. I felt unworthy and consistently needed to prove myself. But one day I hit a breaking point and I could no longer run from myself. When I was forced into my own depths, my empty vessel became filled from the bubbling spring within. and a prayer that I had heard many years before rose into my mind. Relieve me of the bondage of self. That's powerful. The prayer set off a current of power within me, and I suddenly needed to run. I recited the prayer out loud to myself as I ran into the bathroom. I curled up in a fetal position on the bathroom floor. Exhausted, I went into the depths of my darkness. There I found stillness. I heard a voice from deep inside that was louder than the voices of my parents and friends and patterns that I had allowed to drown out myself. That inner voice told me simply, "You are worthy." But that message changed my life. My foundation restructured itself. A sense of peace swept over me and changed the way I looked at everything. I realized that I was worthy because I lived and breathed. I had worth, something I hadn't known until that horrible, despairing, preciously magnificent moment. The second level, living authentically. Marjorie's midlife had been so focused on being a wife and mother that her entire sense of self was tied into the well-being of her husband and two sons. Within 2 very trying years, her boys left home, her husband divorced her, and he left her feeling utterly alone with no clue about who she was or what she was capable of doing with her life. Marjorie was brought to her knees in despair as her life as she knew it was over. At age 49, she found a job as a school secretary and got an apartment. As her depression passed, she found herself drawn to music. As a girl, she had been a rather proficient pianist, but was told that she couldn't make a living playing piano. She allowed herself to sing, and when she could afford it, she enrolled in guitar lessons. She now makes her living as a singer, motivating other women, to find their inner passions. Okay, so this next diagram they're showing it's where it starts from your wellspring feeling enough, which then leads to doing becomes an expression of self, and it leads to establish healthy boundaries. It leads to partnership support, our worth, and it leads to a spirit that's not blocked. I like these flower diagrams. I like this book. Okay. Where am I? Okay. The second level of being emerges from the acceptance of the truth that you are enough. At the second level, you live abundantly. Everything you do reflects your inner being. At this level, you live your purpose, whether it is digging ditches or writing beautiful music. Whatever you do with a strong sense of self and with all of your creativity and strength. At this level, you understand that you can no longer do anything that compromises your true nature. You can't stay with a partner or employer who doesn't treat you with respect. You support your innermost self with a sense of sufficiency and acceptance. As Mary Oliver says in her poem, The Journey, and there was a new voice, which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save. Oh, man, so good. Dude, that fly's driving me nuts. Okay. Did I show you guys this? Did I show you this to you? Just in case I didn't. Focus. There we go. Okay. The highest level, expressing abundance. Influential women throughout history, like Pocahontas, Joan of Arc, Susan B. Anthony, Florence Nightingale, Helen Keller, and I hate it when I don't know how to. Indira Gandhi possessed an innate strength that gave them power to change their world and those around them. We all have it, but not all of us know we possess this power. Amen. All right. At the third level, you overflow with your own power. You become a fountain of unlimited strength, like a geyser. Your true inner self connects to your spirit, and you become aligned with the highest energies of the universe. At the third level, you are constantly fulfilled and joyful. Because you nurture the root of your being, here you remain well and exhibit the highest state of being, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Discovering your water energy imbalances. All right. Who are we to wait? Who we are to son of a gun. Who we are depends upon the deepest aspects of our kidney energies, our life's purpose and destiny. When waters are calm, they reflect deep inner harmony. Imbalanced kidney energies may express themselves as lack of self-love, purpose, or sexual energy. Physical manifestations of a general kidney imbalance include weakness, soreness, and pain in the lower back and knees, where the kidney channel runs. People with waning kidney energies will often have dark circles under or around their eyes. Kidney weakness may be further differentiated into kidney yin deficiency, which might be accompanied by signs of vaginal dryness, dry eyes, premature gray hair, dizziness, ringing in the ears, hot flashes, and night sweats, while lacking yang energy, which is the more masculine side. Well, who'd have guessed, since the whole okay. Where am I? While lacking yang energies might result in symptoms such as low libido, profuse vaginal discharge, frequent dilute urination, urgent early morning loose stools, dull, cold menstrual cramps, frigid extremities, and feeling cold most of the time. Interesting. All right. If you suspect that you have these imbalances, it doesn't mean you need to rush out and see a doctor. You need to care for your foundation, your kidneys, by facing fears and looking within. Water energy should be replenished daily to keep the inner wellspring flowing. Choose to not wear yourself out by running on stress hormones that become quiet, like a still pond, and take respite from the world. Strengthening your water energies. Sweet. Wait, I'll show you this. I totally passed up this diagram. So this diagram, when you're living from your purpose, it leads you into doing home, family boundaries, partnerships. And this is mist fluid and crystallization, which then leads to your spirit, a fountain of enlightenment, the highest state of being. For all, right? Okay, strengthening your water energies. If you determine that your water energies need support, the following exercises will help you to appreciate them, connect with them, and unleash their power. In addition, eating foods such as pumpkin seeds and alfalfa sprouts, seeds and sprouts have immense energy potential and feed our foundation, supports the essence of the kidneys, as do B vitamin supplements and colloidal minerals. If your hormones are at a low ebb, indicated by an irregular menstrual cycle or a low sex drive, Chinese herbal tonics can help. If you aren't familiar or comfortable with herbal remedies, find a good neuropath to help point you to quality products. Be sure to check with someone knowledgeable before adding therapeutic herbs to an existing medical or natural treatment to protect against unwanted interactions. Hey, you guys, I actually haven't started the class. I just purchased it. It's an herbal medicine class. Anyways, I'm really excited about that. All right. Meditation, becoming grounded. This exercise helps strengthen you at your foundation, your feet. The meridians, channels where energies flow, that lead to the kidneys begin on the bottom of each foot, indicated between the center and the ball of your feet. While you are sitting or standing, you may bring intensity to your kidney energies by feeling the bubbling spring that is their source and drawing it up into your body as roots draw up water from the earth. All right, I gotta get a sip here. Okay. Pay attention to the subtle but firm force that connects you to Mother Earth. Once you feel the energy, bring that feeling up into your legs, sacrum, that's the base of your spine that joins to the hip bones, and spine. Feel the warm, bubbling energy nourish your bones. To nourish yourself further, Care for your feet, not by having pedicures, but by making them feel good. Walk barefoot more often. When you walk on grass, sink your toes into the soil and feel your connection to the ground. Before you go to bed at night, soak your feet in Epsom salts. Treat your feet well so that they can carry the weight of the day. I've been soaking my feet in Epsom salts every night since I got that spider bite, and it really is making my feet better. And the spider bite too. Okay. Feel yourself. Did I do that one? Energy within your center. Man, every time I look away. Okay. Meditation. Did I already say that? Connecting. Oh, yeah, this one. Okay. The first one was meditation, becoming grounded. And now we're on meditation, connecting to the source. Many of us are energetically top heavy, focusing most of our attention above the neck. This exercise will help make you aware of your major life source, the Dantian, or chamber of essence, in the lower abdomen. It will shift your attention inside your body and give you a sense of strength from deep within. Root yourself to the center of the earth by being aware of the bubbling spring point at the bottom of your feet. Next, concentrate on the area a few inches below your navel, called the chamber of essence, where your uterus resides. Your most powerful energy, or chi, resides in this sea of energy deep within your center. Feel yourself breathing in and out through your chamber of essence. Let your belly button lead your breathing and fill up your lower abdomen with the chi of life. Ooh, this is cool. With your mouth closed, place the tip of your tongue behind your upper front teeth and breathe up your midline. Bring your attention to the area between your vagina and anus. Tighten the peripheral muscles there and pull energy up from the vaginal canal into and through the reproductive organs. Bring your focus to the life source, the uterus, and continue to breathe in, letting your breath pool as your lower abdomen expands. Inhale up past your belly button, past your heart, and up to the area between your eyebrows. At the end of the inhalation, lift the energy to the top of your head. As you exhale, allow your chi to shower down along your neck and spine to the tip of your tailbone. Ooh, this is so cool. Okay. With the next inhalation, scoop your sacrum up towards the perineum and repeat the circuit. Note, some women find it easier to reverse this flow, breathing down the front and up the back. Wow. All right. So, right. I'm going to have to check that out. Continue to breathe into your pelvis, expanding and contracting your lower abdomen with every breath and filling the pelvic bowl with fresh, clear chi. Ooh. Moving your energy along this microcosmic orbit will enliven you with the power of the universe. This series of attentive movements is most effective when practiced daily. Try to exercise now and plan some other times to try it. Try the exercise now and plan some other times to try it. Eventually, it will become a natural part of your self-care rituals. I'm totally not going to try this for the first time live with you guys. Just so you know. Okay, so meditation, counting your blessings. All right. Taoists believe that the spine and brain are extensions of the kidney energies, and that the spine must be supple and fluid to support healthy organ functions. To strengthen the spine, and therefore the kidney energies, do the following exercise. Beginning at the tailbone, mentally count your vertebrae, visualizing each bone and nurturing it with your attention. Oh man, I love this. All right. The bones represent your core self. Next, bring your attention to your sacrum, which houses your sacred sexual energies and is the root of your psychological structure. The word sacrum means sacred place in Latin. And it's so interesting as we grow, like our whole like sacral region, like those bones all fuse together. I wonder if they're meant to. Okay. At the bottom of this sacrum is a hole through which massive amounts of energies pass. Feel the energy pulsing into the bottom of the sacrum and feel your sacrum moving back and forth as you breathe, as if it too is breathing. Man, I'm so glad I took anatomy. Okay. Now shift your awareness to the 5 lower lumbar vertebrae, paying attention to their immense support. Then greet and feel each of the 12 thoracic vertebrae into which your ribs attach to encase your heart and lungs. Next, connect with your 7 cervical vertebrae, which run up to your neck to the base of your skull. Then pay attention to the back of your head, your temples, and your face bones. Finally, think in the top of your head as an outlet for the bubbling spring that is moving through your body. Let yourself become a fountain of energy that begins at your feet and emerges through your head. Feel the love it brings and appreciate the body, mind, and spirit it nourishes. Smile internally with tenderness and with all of your being. So, meditation, the womb breath. Hey, welcome, Brenda. Anyone else just listening in? You're all welcome here too. Anybody now, later? Okay, so the womb breath. This exercise is particularly useful in helping let go of fear. There is nothing wrong with being afraid. You just don't want to let fear control you. Fear causes the self to withdraw and stay continually on the alert for protection. The remedy is to acknowledge the fear and breathe into it. To go quietly to the dark, scary place, feel your fear, watch it, acknowledge it, see it for what it is, and then release it by breathing it out through your nose. By pulling your energy downward to the source, the chambers of essence, and then drawing it up to your highest state of being, you accept your fear and gently allow it to dissolve. Focus your breath a few inches below your belly button, as if you are breathing in and out through the chamber of essence. As you breathe in, picture your depths as a dark, dark blue, the color of water, which governs the kidneys. Picture your uterus, a pear-shaped organ with fallopian tubes extending from the top, as a void that connects you to all of the cosmos, a void into which the power of the universe is allowed. Locate your uterus and massage it. Then bring your awareness to your ovaries, which lie between your hips and pubic bones, deep within, and massage them as well. Let your reproductive organs know that you care for them, enlivening your creative function. Breathe into them. As you breathe out, feel your kidneys in your lower back on the left and right sides of your spine, just beneath your lower ribs. In stillness, appreciate the energies of your kidneys. Connect with their wisdom and let go of the stress that overworks your adrenaline glands. Yolanda found the courage, which comes from her French word coeur, or heart, to face her fear. When she came to her first Fertile Soul retreat, she was 48 and had spent most of the previous 5 years trying to conceive after marrying a man 8 years younger. She arrived at our diagnostic session full of apprehension. Spreading out her medical charts in front of me, she asked with anguish, "Is it too late?" And after going deeper with her, I said, "Yes, it's too late for you to conceive naturally." I know that wasn't what she wanted to hear, but it was the only hope for her transformation. Although tears spilled over as she realized her fear had become reality, eventually Yolanda was able to relinquish the empty hope within and accepted the truth. By being courageous, she was also able to see that though her theme in life had been to provide her husband with a child, because she thought he needed one to complete their future together, she had never really wanted a child herself. Her courage also enabled her to recall a dream from her childhood to help orphan children throughout the world. Once Yolanda found and accepted her true nature and reality, she was able to live her dream and now works with orphans. She found and applied the courage to create a new world. Being yourself. Allowing yourself to live according to your true inner nature enables you to immerse yourself in life, to love, to express compassion, to create, and to accept things the way they are, which opens you more readily to improvement. In many ancient languages, there is no word for artist because it was recognized that we are all creators. I love that. Take a minute now to remember your first creative experience. Was it drawing a picture, planting a seed, singing a song? Now think about what you are creating in your life right now. What are you making manifest? What something are you making from nothing? What options are you opening up? What energy are you expressing? Are your creative acts sacred to you? Are they enlivening your spirit? Do they express your deepest self? Are they supporting your highest good? Ask yourself these questions each time you start an endeavor, and become still so that the inner voice that answers is louder than the outer voices that surround you. By listening to that inner voice, you will live an abundant life and be your own true fountain of plenty. And then I got a little Lao Tzu poem here. Can you focus chi into such softness? You're a newborn again. Can you be female, opening and closing heaven's gate? Give birth and nurture without processing. Lao Tzu. All right. Secret 3. All right. Find and embrace your inner spaciousness. This one is openness. To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. Ew. All right. To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. Lao Tzu. All right. When women truly accept themselves for who they are and feel fully comfortable within their own skin, they open up to something bigger, a sense of wonder and possibility. However, many people take on more than they can comfortably handle, trying to fill feelings of lack, the shameful worry that they're not good enough. But keeping excessively busy with stressful jobs, relationships, and routines only adds to bad feelings, stress, and exhaustion, often causing health to suffer. Many women ignore their body's messages until life forces them, through pain or illness, to really take care of themselves. In everyday life, this may mean letting go of an activity, a relationship, or a job. Internally, this may mean turning our attention within to release tension that is held inside, realigning with our highest nature by focusing on our own health and well-being while we let the external world care for itself. By acknowledging the patterns that we have served By acknowledging the patterns that have served us in the past and allowing those that no longer serve us to dissolve, we enable our internal energy to flow smoothly and unobstructed, bringing us to a state of true freedom. This inner spaciousness is essential to our well-being, just as the emptiness of a bowl allows it to be filled. In this inner nothingness, we find everything. When we're too busy, full of work, worries, responsibilities, guilt, shame, there's no room. Inner peace is necessary in order to have the inner reserves to power our own inner transformations, hormonal, emotional, or those that fulfill our visions and dreams. The wood energies. The immense wood energies that drive internal transformations are referred to as wood energies, like the energies pushing a sprout through its seed, causing to become an ash, a maple, or a pine that reaches up and out. In the body, the wood energies are represented by the liver. The liver resides in the upper right-hand side of your abdomen, of your abdominal cavity, tucked under your ribs. It is a large organ with many branches that reaches out to purify the body of its toxins. The liver stores, filters, and regulates the blood supply, produces proteins, metabolizes hormones, and rids the body of anything that is not useful. The liver represents new beginnings, just as the wood energies symbolize rebirth and move us away from thought patterns and emotions that keep us stuck in time. Liver or wood energies grow, expand, and generate. There's a cool little diagram here. So let's see. So we've got at the bottom, we've got a little flower here with the roots, the leaves, a sprout, a flower. And the roots, it says self-acceptance, self-love, which leads to appropriate action to reach our highest purpose. And so let me just show this to you. Maybe you guys can. I followed the arrows, but then we've got this other side here. Letting go, staying centered. That's probably all along the way as well, right? Think of the tremendous amount of energy required for an infant to become a teenager. That incredibly expansive energy is within you right now, governed by wood and depicted by the color green, the color of growth in nature. Your wood energy can take the power of water, which I talked about in Secret 2, and turn it into something new, the way water feeds a seedling and enables it to turn into a tree. The wood energies take us from where we are now to our future, but they can be very uncomfortable. Resisting the change may cause pain, leading us to try anything, such as taking antidepressants to make the pain go away. If we allow ourselves to grow and flow with the world, the way a palm tree bends to survive a hurricane, our powerful wood energies will rise us to new levels, help us survive passing storms, and bring us new possibilities. Wood energies govern the hun, or ethereal soul. Interesting. All right. That aspect of all people that has always been and always will be. The ethereal soul connects us to the collective unconscious and governs intuition, aspiration, and the symbolism of our dreams. Described as rarefied energy like mist, the ethereal soul directs our movement through life in any direction, taking our life experiences and learning from them in order to bring us to higher levels where creative visions, imagination, projections, and plans can arise. Fulfilling desires. Little poem here. Always there is desire, only the shape of what is desired shift. Each love giving way to another from the first sound of heartbeat, inconceivably there. Jane Hirschfield. Ew. Always there is desire, only the shape of what is desired shifts. Each love giving way to another from the first sound of heartbeat, unconceivably there. That's so cool. All right. In addition to moving us forward, the wood energies also promote aspiration. While many spiritual traditions have difficulty with external longing, traditional Chinese medicine teaches that the creative power of yearning can manifest in happiness and fulfilled dreams. The greatest obstruction to healthy liver function is living in a state of unfulfilled desires. The Taoist way is to reduce desires, not attempt to fulfill them. Taoist philosophy teaches that when we wish for something, we must not hold on to its outcome. Dreams and hopes may become intent that leads to action, but it's important to let go of the outcome. Holding on to what we think should happen produces suffering. Unfulfilled desires can result in anger and resistance. For example, here's the way some women try to fulfill their desire to have a baby. She desires a child. She tries to conceive. It doesn't work. She tries harder. It still doesn't work. She prays that God will bring her the child she desires so deeply. She may even bargain with God to make this happen. She goes to see a doctor. The doctor says there is something wrong, but can try to make her pregnant through this or that intervention. She tries it. It doesn't work. She tries harder. She prays harder. It still doesn't happen. She gets frustrated, angry, depressed, and further away from her goal. This is the typical reaction to a desire that someone fears may not be fulfilled. Children often use this approach, a forceful yang approach that only goes toward the light, rather than dealing with the dark, or the yin aspect of the situation. This approach only recognizes the desire, not what it takes to manifest the desire. Boom, that's like hardcore inside me right there, this whole right here. Okay, but taking care of the depths can help to transform our lives and reach a higher level of fulfillment. In contrast to the ego-driven approach, look at how the creative Taoist works to fulfill the desire to have a baby. She desires a child. She tries to conceive. It doesn't work. This is all this approach has in common with the previous approach. Instead of trying the same things over and over again, expecting a different result and becoming more and more frustrated when it doesn't happen, a follower of the way lets go, allowing creation to occur. When someone surrenders, this is how they view desires. She stops struggling. She looks at what needs to be adjusted in her world in order to allow her desires to manifest. She says, I align myself with the creative force of the universe so that creation, be it a new relation, a new profession, a better state of health, a new interest or purpose, or a baby, may come to be. I look at the contrast in my life that is preventing growth and creation, and I release it. Bam. I like that. I like that a lot. Just seeing what you all says. It's so cool that we're hanging out here. Okay. Wood energy imbalances. Wood energies give us the strength to overcome obstacles, just as trees have the power to break out of a seed casting, embed in the ground, drink in moisture, emerge the soil, become a seedling, then a sprout, then a shoot, and then weather the, how do I say that word? Vicissitudes, vicissitudes, Vicissitudes. Vicissitudes. Then weather the vicissitudes of nature to grow strong and tall. Wood or liver energies also allow us to leave harmful situations and empower us to say no when that's what we need to say. The liver imbues us with the power of anger so that we can overcome resistance. But the liver also regulates the smooth flow of emotions. Healthy liver energies allow us to feel frustration. Wow, I had some crazy. That's okay, interesting. Healthy liver energies allow us to feel frustration, express anger, and then release it and let go of any outcome. These powerful regenerative forces allow us to both overcome obstacles and accept what comes. Liver energies that are unhealthy or imbalanced, however, depleted through blood loss and overactive lifestyle, too much stress or exercise, or too little rest and self-care, lose their ability to smooth the emotions. Then even small annoyances can become exaggerated and result in frustration, and become inflamed with anger that results in self-hatred, depression, or rage. If these conditions persist, the liver loses its ability to transform and it becomes difficult to glide through life. Overwork, in particular, can result in disturbances of the liver. Many workaholics resort to the escape valve of alcohol to overcome internal tension caused by overwork, which worsens the effect on the liver. When wood energies become disturbed, women may try to force their way into a world they resent others for not playing according to their rules. Let's try that again. When wood energies become disturbed, women may try to force their way into the world and resent others for not playing according to their rules. They may get stuck in the unfulfilling horizontal plane of mere survival and feel increasing internal pressure and an inability to relax. Overdoing, drinking alcohol, and resisting your natural inclinations create obvious imbalance, which blocks you from your true center. Manifestations of liver imbalances include migraine headaches, vision difficulties, light sensitivities, heartburn, high blood pressure, premenstrual tension, abdominal bloating, and breast pain. Difficulty falling asleep at night due to inner frustration indicates stagnated liver energies as well, as does having a bitter taste in your mouth, literally and figuratively. Inner stillness or inner spaciousness nourishes a healthy liver. So when you feel your blood pressure rising and there is no appropriate action to take, retreating to your inner stillness to meditate on your source can help you regain your strength. Life is a fluctuating interplay of action and withdrawal. If it is time to draw back, but you continue to act, your soul will send you messages that you need to retreat. Those messages may come in the form of tension between the eyes, conflict with coworkers, or infertility. And if they don't resolve through physical or emotional based solutions, life may provide a boost by taking away a job or a relationship that is hindering your highest good. Oh, shit. Okay. Finding balance. Karen was an excellent example of a body out of balance. While she appeared to be in good health, her period stopped in just her period stopped in her mid 30s, and her doctor found that she had premature ovarian failure and was in menopause. Instead of listening to the messages her body was sending her that something was wrong, Karen tried everything she could to force a period. Her doctor put her on prometrium and it didn't work. Instead, it caused an increase in the level of prolactin, a hormone that causes lactation at the expense of ovulation. Attacking the first symptom had only caused another symptom to occur. So Karen's body, in its infinite wisdom, had simply shut down the entire process. Our bodies are badass. When Karen's issue wasn't corrected by her reproductive doctor's treatment, she turned to me. I discovered that she had liver qi stagnation, the Chinese terminology for unresolved inner stress. When I discussed my findings with Karen, I told her that I could resolve the immediate physical manifestation of the stagnation, but I couldn't prevent it from returning. She would have to discover what was causing the problem. Karen later revealed that her husband had lost his job and become very depressed. The couple was strapped financially, and Karen couldn't stand her husband's attitude about their situation. The two rarely made love, and Karen had begun to work more and be at home less. Her husband stayed home and watched television, and when Karen was home, she made dinner, cleaned the house, and became even less fertile. Not long after we talked, Karen's husband went out of town for several weeks of training, and during that time, Karen ovulated and menstruated. Once her husband returned home, her period stopped once again. Now, it doesn't take a brilliant diagnostic. How do I know what it means? Diagnostician. That's how you say it. Now, it doesn't take a brilliant diagnostician to determine what was behind Karen's lack of periods. Perhaps her body was showing her that bringing a child into the family at that time would only magnify the couple's problems, and it was protecting her from conceiving. Other mammals don't go into heat when their environment is overly stressful. Karen's initial attitude impacted her ability to recognize the truth of her situation. I was meant to have a child. I've always wanted a child. I finally found the perfect man, and he lost his job. I'm starting to believe my doctor's opinions that I'm too old to have a baby. Note, the doctor's attitude is not a fact. My period won't ever come. These are all bullet points, BT dubs. I am not ready to have a baby with a donor egg, and my doctor says that's my only option. I don't like my life. My husband doesn't like his life. I nag my husband constantly and still nothing gets done. I'm turning into my mother. Despite her attitude, Karen needed to recognize and accept the facts of her present situation. I want to have a child. I haven't had my period in 6 months. My husband lost his job just over 6 months ago. Prometrium didn't work for me. When my husband was gone, my period came. Then she needed to identify her feelings about the facts. I am scared. I'm too old to have a baby. I feel hopeless. I'm afraid my husband and I will get divorced and I'll end up alone. I'm afraid I will never have a child. Next, she had to determine what she could not change and therefore needed to accept in order to relieve her stress. 1, her age, my husband's attitudes, behaviors, or job status. She could have divorced and remarried, but chose not to. My doctor's opinions about my reproductive status, the outcome of whether my period will come, the outcome of whether I will become a biological mother. I am not my mother. She also had to determine what she could change to relieve her stress. My response to my husband, my attitudes about my health and reproductive status, my diet, eating plan, nutritional supplements, and my exercise regimen, meditation schedule, and activities. Once she understood all of these factors, Karen developed a plan for what she needed to do. I will work 8 hours per day, no more. I will tell my husband how behavior makes me feel, I will ask him to make dinner for me when I work all days. If I come home and the house is messy, I will hire a housekeeper. I will tell my husband that I will and will not allow what I will and will not allow, and let his actions be his own. I will do Qigong breathing exercises every morning for 15 minutes. I will do emotion meditation exercise every evening before bed. I like this. All right. Karen also learned how to recognize symptoms of impending stress. When I try to control my husband's behavior, I notice I tighten beneath my diaphragm. My breath gets shallow. Then she determined how she would respond to those symptoms to prevent stress. When I recognize this tightening, I relax, breathe deeply, and consciously release the tension. I identify the feeling in my abdomen, which I usually feel as anxiety and frustration. I will tell my husband about it if he is available to me. Otherwise, I will call my sister or a friend. As it turned out, Karen was not too old. A woman's age is often used to discount other life issues. As she and her husband incorporated an empowered attitude toward improving their life situation, his training turned into a new job. Karen managed her home life. Her hormones and periods returned to normal, and they eventually became pregnant. 8 steps to receptivity. Whatever the reason, if you're not vibrantly healthy or happy, this is merely a system of an underlying imbalance. To find the imbalance and resolve the problem, look deep inside and think about your life as Karen did. Then answer the 8 questions that helped Karen to discover your own path to accepting yourself and your situation. 1. What are my attitudes? 2. What are the facts? 3. What are my feelings about the facts? 4. What can I not change and therefore must accept? 5. What can I change? 6. What is my action plan? Be specific. 7. What are my symptoms? And then in parentheses it says, to uncover deeper symptoms, bring your attention to your right midsection. Connect with your powerful liver energies. Ask yourself, what do I need to rid myself of? What do I need to overcome? Where are my energies resisting life? And let your awareness circulate within. Isn't it cool how just like, I don't know, how the physical ailments that we go through, they point to everything. It's just like a diagram. It's so cool. 8, how do I respond to my symptoms? See below for techniques for resolving the symptoms. All right. Embracing your inner spaciousness. Okay. Releasing inner conflict frees up energy that can be used to transform and create new possibilities in our lives. To resolve wood imbalances, connect with the power of your imagination. See yourself expressing health and abundance and having your dreams become reality. Turn your compassion to your inner body and appreciate the many functions of your liver. Feel a sense of reverence and gratitude. Breathe healing breaths into your liver. Meditate as often as possible. Doesn't it make you feel like our organs are like magical? It's so cool. Hey, 30 Acre, welcome. Yay. Self-massage can also help bring your awareness to the tension in your body and help you resolve it and let it go. Massage your feet, your temples, and your belly with a mint. Oh, I don't know, mint, why that was so difficult for my eyes to understand. Okay. And your belly with a mint-based oil, which helps release obstructed energy. Massage your breasts to lift stagnated liver energies there and prevent further buildup. For people in generally good health, I also suggest trying an occasional liver cleanser involving fasting, detox teas, and avoiding toxins by switching to organic foods and by staying away from toxic fumes and cleaning supplies. Look online or check with a naturopath or other practitioner of natural medicine for some good liver cleansers. Shoot, I did a really awesome gallbladder cleanse. It cleaned my liver too. I recommend it. Okay. Also pay attention to your body's reaction to your world. Work on accepting the things that you can't change and be courageous in working to change the things that you can. You'll find wisdom in that awareness, and you'll also find balance. The powerful Serenity Prayer, written by Reinhold Niebuhr, helps me to determine where to place my energies when I become upset. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Right. I really I think that that's something I struggle with, because I think that everything's possible. Okay. But this is really nicely placed around this yin yang here. The journey to finding balance requires us to let go of the patterns that obstruct or cut off the flow of our life force. Another technique for recognizing both the patterns and the life force helps us unclench ourselves and enable an unobstructed energy flow. Are you clenched or unclenched? Become aware of the difference and check yourself routinely and remain fluid and free. Clenched. To understand what being clenched feels like, make a tight fist. Press your teeth together and tense your jaw. Look around and compare yourself to others. See how different they are from you and how they have it better than you. Take small, shallow breaths as you recognize that they are younger and have flatter stomachs. Suck your stomach in tighter. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Turn your thoughts to all you don't have but desire and all the insurmountable obstacles in front of you. Think about all you haven't done at your job and your sense of hopelessness. Should you stay later at the office tomorrow or work through lunch? Become aware of the worry and stress you feel and think about how it will keep you awake tonight. Notice the stress that these clenching attitudes produce. Can you feel how it creates contracting tension inside your body? Can you feel how stress and worry close off your energy and inner spaciousness? Man, it's uncomfortable to even read that, right? You know? Okay. Unclenched. To understand the sensation of being unclenched, start by releasing your fists. Open your hands and let your shoulders drop. Close your eyes and turn your attention within as you exhale. Breathe deeply, feeling the depths of your breaths as you let out your belly. If you're quiet enough, you may be able to hear the amazing sound of your heart beating, part of the miracle that you are. That is a miraculous thing, right? Breathe slowly and deeply and let the knot of tension untie itself. Let your muscles relax and think of something that makes you laugh. Notice the vibration of laughter and see if you can feel it reverberate throughout your body. Connect with the deepest part of your belly. Feel a sense of compassion and allow a smile to emerge. Feel for any residual tension anywhere in your body that is asking for your attention. Bring your awareness and the healing energy of your own hands to it. Unclenching and allowing your energy to flow make all the things you do require less effort, which means you will expend less energy because you'll be functioning on a much higher level. When you unclench, you breathe deeper. Your sympathetic nervous system relaxes. The blood flows to oxygenate your entire body. You actually increase energy and balance your hormones. Your digestive system can also absorb nutrients better, and your intestines can properly excrete waste. Relaxation and pleasure chemicals are released in your brain and gut, and you rest more deeply and can become more effective. If you want to become whole, let yourself be partial. If you want to become straight, let yourself be crooked. If you want to become full, let yourself be empty. If you want to become reborn, let yourself die. If you want to be given everything, give everything up. The Tao Te Ching. Oh, God. Clench or clinch. Okay, let's see where we're at here. I've gone through about as much as I did at the last reading. How long have I been going here? An hour and a half. Let's get through 4. And I guess I'll just do less reading today than I had intended. I don't think I'm going to make it to the 5th one, but let's see what shakes. Secret 4. Allow life to live through you. Nature's way. When we lose our essential harmony with creation and exhibit a state of imbalance, where does the error lie? With heaven or with man? Huangdi, the Yellow Emperor, in the Neijing. Heaven in me is virtue. Earth in me is qi. Ooh. Chibo, the Yellow Emperor's physician. Heaven in me is virtue. Earth in me is qi. Oh, that's mind-blowing. Okay. Right? I just have to keep thinking about it. Interesting. Earth. I don't know. Okay. Life flows through the body's center by way of the solar plexus, which is located midway between the belly button and the bottom of the sternum. Here, many nerves come together. Digestive processes are controlled and emotions meet. Our center is also a psychic gathering place where we create and reinforce our self-image. Deeper than the self-image, however, is a sense of self that isn't touched by our interpretations of life. This sanctuary, deep within our depths, was in our infant awareness before our thought process formed, and we can access this clarity by calming the reactive mind and allowing new inspirations to emerge. Habitual negative thought patterns sometimes block this clarity and blind us to our highest potential. One of my favorite examples of this is an anecdote about Albert Einstein. After years of intense calculations, Einstein's theory of relativity came to him while he was relaxing in the bathtub. He had to stop thinking about it before it could emerge. The earth energies. The center consists of the spleen, the stomach, and the pancreas. The earth energies is in the center of that diagram, and the center, right? Okay, but the spleen is the pivot around which the mind, body, and spirit rotate. Very importantly, the spleen is the charge of turning the food we eat into qi, blood, and other forms of usable energy and sending nutrients to the other organs, tissues, and cells. Spleen energy manifests in the gastrointestinal system and is markedly affected by what we eat. The center governs what gets absorbed and what gets expelled by the body, separating the pure from the impure, the healthy from the unhealthy. It tells us when the food we eat isn't good for us, and it also tells us when our thoughts are damaging our well-being. In traditional Chinese medicine, thought is governed by the same energies that govern taking in food and releasing its byproducts. That's awesome. Just as our bodies become what we eat, our lives reflect what we think. Thoughts that follow negative patterns, such as feeling inadequate, lead to depression, stress, and hopelessness, and ultimately damage health. Reinforcing a negative self-image prevents the self from expanding its image and telling a new story. Pain in the gut, ulcers, or an irritated bowel are symptoms that may develop when someone spends more time listening to negative voices inside their head and inside her head and out in the world than listening to what her gut is saying. When our thoughts support our highest mental and emotional functioning, our lifestyle and dietary choices tend to support our greatest physical health. Beverly came to see me after her doctor told her that her 36-year-old body was acting like that of a 50-year-old woman. She later said it felt like he kicked her in the stomach. In other words, she internalized that message within her center. It reflected back in her beliefs, and she literally became like an old woman. Her hair thinned and turned gray, and her skin became wrinkly within a month of her doctor's devastating pronouncement. Dude, the power of our thoughts, right? Working with Beverly, I helped her reprogram the message of decline by suggesting that she magnify her youthful properties and focus on her juicy qualities, like the way her body moved. Her body became younger by the day once she started listening to the messages of her own center. Physical manifestations of imbalanced spleen or earth energies often show up in the digestive system. To discover whether your body is giving you signs that your earth energies are out of balance, ask yourself the following. Do you have a poor appetite or feel bloated after eating? Do you experience abdominal pain or loose stools? Do you crave sweets or tend toward low blood sugar? If you are fatigued, have low energy or low blood pressure, are prone to feeling heavy or sluggish, don't exercise, or have been diagnosed with hypothyroidism, look to your spleen system. If you bruise easily, have varicose veins, or other bleeding problems, including thin, watery, profuse, or pinkish menstrual blood, also look to your spleen system. Weak musculature, excess whole body sweating without exertion, organ prolapse, hemorrhoids, polyps, diverticula, and poor circulation also indicate that the spleen energies need to be nourished. Spleen energy is called earth energy because just as the earth draws energy through its core, we draw energy from our core, our spleen. Like the earth, the spleen can become too dry or overly wet, and then, like the earth, cannot properly nourish those that rely on it. When it is too dry from lack of fresh, whole, nourishing foods, the spleen can no longer absorb necessary water, which leaves the body quickly in the form of urine. When it is too wet because of taking too much damp producing food, such as sweets, dairy products, and refined carbohydrates, it becomes sodden and swampy, like a saturated field. People with a strong spleen system have a lot of physical energy. Those with a weak spleen system feel tired and depleted. Your center also governs which thoughts and memories you pay attention to and which you let go. Just as it separates what your body needs from what it doesn't in the digestive tract, your center takes in thoughts and experiences, digests and analyzes them, and then discards what is not necessary and nourishing. Oh, I kind of want to tell a story. I read about this thing, or maybe it was something I think it was something I read. I can't remember, but it was about people who had needed new organs, and that after they had these new organs put inside them, that they started to miraculously have like brand new skills, hobbies, and interests. Like this lady who got like a brand new, I think it was a brand new, I don't remember what organ, maybe it was a liver. She got a brand new organ, and then all of a sudden she was so handy, and she always craved like working on things. And she learned that she got her liver from this carpenter guy who just loved to work with his hands, and she just genuinely became good at that. So our organs even have memories, like, and they really do experience emotions, and our thoughts make up our worlds. It's so cool. So let's see here. Your center also, necessary and nourishing. A healthy center receives thoughts and then induces action on those thoughts or lets them go. But an unhealthy center may not process these thoughts properly, causing mental reflections to become stuck, overthinking. The Chinese believe that overthinking, which indicates excessive thought, studying, concentrating, memorizing, pensiveness, worrying, and brooding, can, over time, weaken the spleen and inhibit the optimal functioning of its energy processes. This is why excessive worry causes digestive disturbances such as stomach ulcers and irritable bowel syndrome. Too much information clogs up our mind and obstructs the earth energy flowing through our center, preventing us from making proper decisions and causing disharmony. Always return to your center where pure awareness resides. The healing power of dance and song. Exercise contributes to the proper functioning of the spleen energies, but I don't only mean the kind of exercise you do in a gym, like running on a treadmill or riding a stationary bike. The kind of exercise I'm referring to is expressive movement that comes from within, dancing to the song inside you. Yeah. Dancing is healing. At Fertile Soul Retreats, we practice free, vibrant, creative movement. I encourage you too to dance, drum, sing, and move to express your innermost self and become the instrument of a greater song. Ooh. While you dance, you will resonate with life and sing a song no one else can sing, as the Persian mystic poet Rumi said. You are a song, a wished-for song. Move to the center, toward the sky and wind, towards silent knowing. Ooh, so good. I love Rumi. I have an awesome Rumi Oracle deck too. Accept the wished-for song that you are. Then sing not only with your voice, but with your heart and soul and spirit, until you find the link and open the path between all the sacred parts of you. You will be singing a made-up song, someone else's song. But when you let life live through you, you will sing your own song. You know, I've always said that. We all have our own song. I believe it. Voices express the words we think. Do you like your voice? If you don't, it may be telling you something important about yourself. For example, when I was a child, I constantly felt lonely and in emotional pain. My voice had a quiver to it, which embarrassed me horribly. That quiver expressed my pain and unhappiness. At first, I tried to cover it up by staying silent, but eventually I learned that alcohol and medication made it go away. Once the medication wore off, though, my sadness and hurt, my soul's song, were once again revealed in the quavering of my voice. When I went deep within myself to my personal place of darkness, I heard what my voice had been telling me all along, that I was sensitive and compassionate and in unbearable emotional pain, which I was trying to hide. And when I accepted this aspect of my being, the pain started to fall away all on its own. Acknowledging the makeup of my source allowed me to accept and let go of my pain. Though my voice still quavers from time to time, especially if I'm nervous or overstressed, now I have compassion for the little girl who developed that quaver as the result of a distressing childhood. By listening to the song of my voice and my soul, I healed myself. The healing power of sound. Have you ever noticed your mind overthinking, producing chattering thoughts? Have you ever found yourself reflecting those thoughts by talking incessantly? Just as most people don't listen to people who talk constantly, most of us don't listen with our own chattering thoughts. Sometimes we even try to drown them out. My husband, for example, after a trying day, used to try to drown out the thoughts spinning around in his head by listening to loud music and sitting in front of a blaring television. But inner chatter is telling us that something is wrong. It's important to accept and release the cause of the imbalance. The renewed energy dissolves the noise in our way. Excessive talk is usually good only for hurling out opinions, making judgments, and announcing how we want to be perceived by the world. It is better to save our voices for that inner song, the only thing that truly matters. Sound, like song, can also heal imbalanced earth energies and allow life to live through you. In fact, I often use sound during healing meditative sessions with clients. To use sound to increase your well-being, find a tone inside your mind that represents your idea of what the divine sounds like. Ooh, cool. For example, the sound Om represents God in some traditions. Let this tone resonate within your very being. Change it if you need to so that the tone represents the divine within your heart. Then use the sound as your own special prayer to the divine and to heal yourself. A 30-year-old retreat patient of mine, Belinda, had a tragic history of being sexually abused by her father. Despite this, When her father became terminally ill, just as she was trying to have her first child, she cared for him lovingly until he passed away. After her father died, Belinda's blood work told her doctor that she was in absolute irreversible menopause. Her FSH level was 150. A reading over 50 indicates menopause. Knowing how much pain this situation caused Belinda, her neighbor lent her a healing bowl, with which she meditated daily. Each time she meditated, she rubbed the stick around the outside of the bowl's lip, causing the bowl to make a sound in tune with the energies of the kidneys, which represent the sexual energies. The following month, Belinda's FSH level was 7, indicating that she was not in menopause, only in protective mode. She had healed herself. I love this shit. Okay. The healing power of caring for yourself. Earth energies are caring and nurturing. Like the earth itself, these energies are centered, stable, grounded, and abundant, and they enable us to be kind, helpful, sweet, generous, and supportive, both to ourselves and to others. They help to sustain the momentum of other moving energies and also to draw others to us. When earth energies are out of balance, people forget to support and love themselves. They lose themselves trying to please others. They have difficulty saying no. They resist change and cling to what they know. They become overburdened, both physically and mentally. They lack energy and worry to the point of obsession. Physically, digestion becomes sluggish. Allergies and fluid retention are common. People with earth energy imbalances may crave starches and sweets. When the imbalance is severe, they may develop diabetes. Imbalanced spleen energies can result in a total loss of self. People with this imbalance live for their spouse, parents, children, or friends. They become so good at taking care of the outside world that they forget how to take care of their sacred selves. Eventually, their internal protective mechanism, their immune system, can turn against them, and they can develop autoimmune diseases. While they see others as friends, they become their own enemies, and their cells reflect the internal battle. Lananda, I never heard that word before. Lananda, it's a woman's name, I think. Okay, Lananda developed a condition in which her body initiated an assault on her entire endocrine system, a condition known as panendocrino, panendocrino, panendocrinopathy. Panendocrinopathy. What a word. Which caused most of her hormonal system to shut down. Panendocrinopathy. At the Fertile Soul Retreat, she learned that her issues centered around taking care of others at her own expense. I put her on a program in which she defined her boundaries and fiercely honored them while she ate healthy organic foods fresh from the ground. Within 8 months, Lananda's endocrine system completely returned to normal. Badass. All right. Unsticking earth energies. To mobilize and resolve stuck earth energies, there are a number of things you can do. As I said earlier, singing, dancing, and making joyous sounds that connect you with the divine are important, but you also need to care for yourself. That involves developing self-confidence, seeking inner guidance, and following a routine of healthful nourishment and activity. Eating mindfully. Earth energy imbalance leads to sugar craving. If you indulge the craving, the rise and fall of your blood sugar levels will negatively affect your kidneys and spleen and cause the release of stress hormones to deal with the imbalance. To bring spleen energies back in balance and lower blood sugar levels and stress, avoid eating simple sugar in all its forms, including cake, candy, and pastries. Also, curtail heavy greasy foods, starches, fats, dairy products, pasta, wheat, and rich sauces. I love rich sauces. All right. You should also avoid eating any food that is ice cold, since your body needs to heat it up before it can utilize it. If you are interested in trying herbal remedies, ginseng, any kind, and astragalus, damn it, astraga, okay, astragalus teas are excellent spleen toxins. Find a good natural food store or talk to a Chinese medicine pharmacist to get some good personal recommendations. In addition to being mindful of the food you eat, pay attention to the entire eating process, from preparing your food to the last swallow and dab with the napkin. Many people eat either to fill the emptiness inside or to make their taste buds happy. But eating is really about fulfilling ourselves and acknowledging that life is an exchange of energy in the form of breath, thoughts, emotions, actions, and food. True that. To eat mindfully, chew every piece of food thoroughly. Gather as much saliva as you can with each mouthful and swallow deeply. When maximized and properly utilized, saliva can raise the glutathione level in the intestine, which lubricates healthy joint function. After you swallow a bite, think about where the food is going and connect with it inside your body as well. Oh my gosh, that's actually why I started being a vegetarian back in the day, because like I always think about what my food is doing inside of me and like where it was and where it was traveling, and thinking about having like beef inside my body grossed me out so hardcore. So gross to me. It's disgusting still to me. So yeah, it's easy to not eat beef. Sure smells good when I cook burgers for people though. All right. Not long ago, I had a profound and rejuvenating experience eating an orange. That's my favorite fruit. I had taken a 10-minute break from a hairy day and retreated to my kitchen for something to eat. My energies were all stuffed between my ears, and I couldn't find peace or access the wisdom within me. As I sat at the table, I did nothing but eat my orange. I held it. I felt its firm roundness and looked at the dimples on its skin. I connected with the orange, and then I began to peel it. As I unwrapped the gift, I inhaled the sprays of aroma that ignited my sense of smell. I looked mindfully at the naked orange as it lay before me, urging me to help the segments nature had prepared blossom into my nourishment. As I picked up the first segment, I noticed how it had a unique identity. I looked, I connected, I bit. Sprays of flavor shot throughout my mouth as I paid attention to how my saliva mingled with the juice. I swallowed. I looked at the remainder of the segment into which I had bitten and noticed the tiny packages of bound orange nectar, waiting to be a part of my next experience of bliss. This is making my mouth water. I bit again. I savored the next bite as well, and continued until I was in tears. That orange was the best meal of my life, and after eating it, I went back to work as if it were a new day. And all it took was eating mindfully. By savoring that orange, I savored life. When we connect to the food we put into our mouths, we connect with the food source as well as with the digestive system. Native people long ago even connected with the spirit of the animal whose meat they ate, so that the spirit that gave the animal life would give them life as well. When we eat foods that were connected with the earth over a period of time, we receive their chi, which enhances our earth energies. Foods such as eggs from caged chickens that never walked on the ground contain much less chi and provide us with less energy. To eat mindfully and healthfully, you need to eat from nature, whole grains, fresh fruits and vegetables, and organic, compassionately killed animals to avoid eating food that comes in a box. And I mean, compassionately killed animals. Isn't that a conundrum? Okay. I don't know. Creating a sacred space. Maria came to her first fertile soul retreat after years of being unhappy with her life. She was at the point of giving up and had let her house go, as well as her health, her appearance, and her passion. At the retreat, I encouraged her to shift from despair to focus on the wild excitement of the unknown. I also talked to her about creating a sacred space in her home, full of abundance, joy, and light, where she could sit peacefully and happily and find and strengthen her center. Maria didn't consider herself artful or creative, though, and felt intimidated by the process. So I recommended that she start out small by decorating a window or a corner of a room. She did just that, purchased several candles and placed them on the edge above her bathtub. And oh wait, she had often envisioned pretty women bathing in candlelight, but she had never allowed herself to bask in the glow herself. After she arranged the candles, she decided a hanging fern would feel right in her bedroom too. And not long after, her creative flow expanded into her bedroom, where redecorated with new, brighter draperies and a comforter to match. Then she enrolled in a home decorating course at her local community college, and after enlivening the rest of her home, apprenticed with a local decorator. The last I heard, Maria had opened a design studio and was joyfully leading a new life. That's cool. Connecting with your true self. When you look in the mirror, who is looking back at you? Do you look like whom you see? Rather, sorry. Do you like whom you see? To unblock your earth energies, don't look at what you perceive as flaws. Instead, look deeply into your eyes and try to connect with a sense of compassion and love. Look at yourself and notice everything that you like. Look for the real you under your exterior and keep looking until you see yourself for who you truly are. Doing things just for you. In addition to eating mindfully, creating a sacred space, and connecting with your true self, you can also rebalance your earth energies by caring for yourself in other ways. Exercise by doing something you enjoy that combines movement with muscular effort. Change your environment, for example, by rearranging your furniture in a more pleasing way. Take up a hobby or a creative project that provides pleasure for you, not with the goal of impressing anyone else. Learn to say no without giving a reason or making an excuse. Use self-affirmations when you speak and in your thoughts. I feel like, I like my. Even if you don't mean what you say at first, you will eventually. Self-affirmations. If you are trying to build a family or have issues with your role as mother, step back and evaluate which roles that have to do with parenting are most important to you. For example, being part of a larger family, giving a child opportunities you never had, and assuring you will never be alone. Go for a hike in nature. Look at the flowers and trees and magnificent life in the soil. Gaze at the stars at night. Connect with how you feel during different phases of the moon. Smell the changes in the air when the weather shifts. That's why I like riding my bike too, because you can smell the air and feel the difference of temperatures. All right, intention. Accept the present and intend the future. Deepak Chopra. Awesome. Accept the present and intend the future. Worry, obsession, anxiety, and regret obstruct earth energy, squelching vitality. But when we are calm, aware, and open to all we can be, more energy flows through us. The Chinese character for Yi, the soul of earth, or intention, represents the celestial vibration produced when the spirit is aligned with our actions. Having intention, or being dedicated and purposeful, brings us into alignment with our source and our spirit and lets our earth energies move freely. Having intention also allows thought to become belief, which can actually determine which of our inherited genes we activate and enables us to integrate past and future, hopes and dreams, and fears and passion within our center. Through you, the vessel, intention is made manifest, helping you to move forward with purpose, continue to transform yourself, and connect you with your highest guidance to create the life you were meant to live. As you learned earlier, though, It's important to first deal with the sludge within you in order to free up your internal space. Regret about the past and anxiety about the future disturbs the spleen's function and prevents it from being balanced and stable, open to the present moment. So look without fear at those things in your life that are no longer working and use them to spur new growth and reach higher levels of being. Free yourself to let your earth energies release your full creative powers. As the sprout is nourished by the earth, our wood's power to the dream our wood's power to dream and create is acted upon through the spleen's energies of intention. Like our own Mother Earth, stable spleen energies enable us to harvest what we have planted. If you have planted negativity and fear, you will live in a fearful negative world. If your beliefs reflect love and gratitude, you will live in a state of abundance. And then this chapter ends with a Chinese legend. It says, the great half woman, half snake, Nuwa, created people from river mud. She birthed and nursed our ancestors who lived simply. When the gods battled for land, the world was nearing destruction. Nuwa melted 5 different colored jewels and repaired all of heaven and earth. Ooh, that's awesome. So, y'alls, yeah, we're just about at 2 hours right now, and I can tell that my mouth is getting even more gummed up in here. So we got through 4 of the top 10, it's just the 10 ancient secrets to tap into a woman's creative potential. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I do enjoy this. So it's looking like I'll probably have 2 more segments that I'll go through in my next couple of readings. But yeah, I hope you took away something with you. I know that I did. I'm learning more and more about myself as I read this. And man, right? It's a good thing. It's a good thing to think about, thinking of our life and the physical elements that we have and the ones that are filling our heads too, as something that can be balanced out. So thank you very much. And hey, you guys, I will see you very, very soon. I don't know, maybe tomorrow. I keep feeling so motivated to do this. So we'll see what shakes. I love you all. And I hope I catch you tonight somewhere about. We'll see what's going on. I love you. Mwah. I say end.